Let's begin with the first question and answer session. We will try to answer as many questions as possible. Therefore, we ask that only one question be asked per phone call and that these questions be as brief as possible. You may call the studio directly at the phone numbers or fax which appear on your screen, including the ITC iPhone number 688-1700. We remind you to make your phone calls at a distance from the monitor to avoid feedback. The first question is faxed in from Sao Paulo, Brazil. It goes something like this. Does the key success factor methods should be applied in all types of companies, small, medium, and large, in developing countries as well?
Well, my response to that question, Fred, is absolutely yes. I think it's very important as you develop a business or as you change your business to build it right from the ground up. And what the key success factors enable you to do is to understand the nature of your products and services, to be able to successfully evaluate and track your customers. I think also in terms of the quality controls, you want to make it right by way of your product. You want to build your product properly or deliver your service right the first time. And I think the other aspect that's very important is this whole area of innovation and creativity. So yes, I think key success factors are very important to a company, whether you're just beginning or established.
Great. And we go from Brazil to Mexico for our next question. Go ahead, please.
In education, what method do you recommend to be able to establish these key success factors?
In the area of education, I think key success factors are especially important to improving your relationship with students. I think it's important that you look at the various stakeholders. You know, in higher education, you have a much broader base of stakeholders. But basically, your key success factors ought to look at customer satisfaction, both internal and external. I think it's also important, secondly, to evaluate whether or not the delivery of your product and service, that is the education and training that you're offering, is being received properly and is being scored high by your customer segments. So that's where I would start in terms of key success factors. And let me offer one other one that I think is very important. And Fred and I were talking about this before the start of our program. The cost of education continues to go up, certainly in the United States. And I think parents and students need to ask, what's the value proposition that we're getting for this incremental cost? And that's where key success factors can help an educational institution justify that.
Thank you. We have another question from Ecuador. And what percentage of university efforts will be focused on distance education in the following 5 years as part of their strategic planning?
Well, in the United States, I understand that over 90% of higher educational institutions are using some aspect of distant learning. So I think the short answer is a significant number of universities and employees are going to learn from distance learning in the future. That's where I would invest in education.
Thank you for your response and questions. Let's now move to the second module of our program.